G'day. Still a bit under the weather, I'm sorry, but I've put together a video for you on the sample documentary budget. The reason we didn't do any budgeting today was because you weren't really ready. You were still working on your projects. You really need something to budget. You need something to budget. And you will have, once you've actually put these briefs together on Friday. Next week we'll be able to do some budgeting. But in the interim, I've actually gone through and made a video about how to fill out the simpler of the two budgets, the sample Doco budget. And the beauty is that you can use that budget for just about anything. For corporates, you can expand the sections and add more stuff in there once you work out how to do that. And I'll show you a bit about that. And you can use it for corporates, you could use it for docos, you can use it for TV. For anything, and as you realize there are more sections that you need to put in, you'll put them in. So let's have a look at that. So what we have here is that we have the budget template, and on the right hand side we have a schedule that you can make. For example, down at executive producer, you could probably say that the EP is going to be scheduled for 19 weeks. We'll have them for, and we'll give that a color. Make it green because the EPs make things go, so we'll make it green. And you could break that schedule up into, you could have this section here, the first 4 weeks to be pre-production. You could have the next 8 weeks, let's say the next, if it's a documentary, you could have the next 4 weeks to be, there we go, production. Then you could have 8, and maybe another week there or two of post-production. Yeah, and that's post-production. So in fact, the EP might only be on for, there you go, and we'll get rid of that, we'll clear that. There you go. So the EP's on for 18, 19 weeks, and so there you go. That's how that would work. You would set up your schedule and you build everybody else down there. And so now you might start here where you've got some development. Let's say, here's how it works. This has all got some formulas in it. So here's development. We tick that and we say, let's say you've got $15,000 for development. And there it is. It's put it into this total costs column. Okay, and it'll go down, and it's actually put it right down below and added some contingency. In this case, we're running 10% contingency. Right? We can actually run less than 10%. We can just tap that column. We can go up here and we can change that to 5%. And now that's halve that to $750, right? Because that's half of 10% contingency. So let's go back and we'll change it back to 10% because we'll leave it at 10% for the moment. Okay, 10% contingency. There we go. $1,500. So that's kind of that. And then over here you've got archive research, story rights. All you've got to do is, maybe you've got a story consultant writer. Maybe they're costing you $2,000 a week, and you're going to be paying them by the week. So you put week or day in there. And here you're going to hire them maybe for 2 weeks to do some work, and that means that they're going to cost you $4,000. And there it is. It's put it in there, and at the bottom it's made that $19,000 plus $1,900 contingency. It's $20,900. Right? That's how it works. Pretty simple. Executive producer. Well, you know that the EP is on for 19 weeks, so that would, and it's, let's say we're paying that EP let's say $4,000 a week for argument's sake, and we're paying by the week, and we're paying here for 19 weeks, and we should here get 78 or whatever it is, $76,000. Let's say a series producer's on for a little bit of a shorter period of time, maybe looks like about 17 weeks, and we'll give them a series producer color. We'll make that sort of brown, yucky brown, because they do all the dirty work. They do all the hard work. 17 weeks at, let's say, $3,000 a week, and that's by the week. And there it's plonked it into there for you, and that's the way you go down. So that's the way you do this budget, and at the end you're going to have, in post-production for example, let's say you've got an editor for $2,500 a week, you're going to do 8 weeks of 8 weeks, and you're going to do 8 weeks of post, and that's going to be $20,000. So if you've got some masters, for example, or edit masters that you're making. Let's say you've got a total price. Well, all you would do is that you would put the price here. Maybe it's $2,000 to do your masters by one lot of package, and it'll put $2,000 over here. That's for all your masters. Let's say you get a quote for computer graphics with CGI, and that quote was $5,000. All right. All you do is you make it one here, and it'll put your $5,000 in there. Okay. Let's say your online editing suite and editor is costing you $1,100 per day, and you've got him booked for 3 days. All right. There you go. So that's now 3,300, and that's the way it goes down. So you can see that this is building a budget. Let's say your bookkeeper costs you. You've got the bookkeeper on for the whole 19 weeks, and let's say the bookkeeper is costing you $1,400 a week. Or let's say you've got the bookkeeper for a day a week, and it's costing you $400 for a day a week, and there's 19 weeks. That's 19 days. Days, and 19 days, and 19 over here, and that's the bookkeeper, $7,600. All right, your fringes, I'll leave you to work them out. Your fringes are a holiday pay, and then you've got overheads, taxes, administrative costs. You need to work out what the percentages are in each state for those, but then you put them in there as a percentage, and away it goes. You can actually extrapolate that and make it a bigger section if you want. There you go. Company fees, let's say you're going to put in $10,000 as a company fee. It's one off, so just put one in there, and there's a $10,000 company fee. Okay. And my formulas equals that multiplied by that. 10,000 there. My formula was a bit out there, but it's right now. So there you go. So now my budget so far is $212,000. If you look at those documentary and magazine sheets that I gave you, those completed budgets and the schedule sheets, you'll actually see how much has got to go into that. You'll see how the schedule checkerboards, and you'll see the different types of elements that are going to be included in the budget. At the bottom here too, you can actually put where you're getting all the money from. The broadcast commission, let's say that's 100,000. That's 10,000, is it? It's 100,000. Let's say your grants and an investment is from the Screen Australia and stuff is going to be 200,000. Yeah, let's say private donations, you've got 10 grand from your mum, and let's say your own contribution, you might have 10,000. Right? Yeah. Another column that I would have in here, and if we add a column in here, insert another row, I'd have distribution, DG, a distribution guarantee. Right, and you might have 10,000 for that. There's someone helping you get your money. So far it looks like you've got $330,000. There you go. So at the moment it's costing you $212, but you've still got a lot of line items to put in. You haven't put your producers in, you haven't put camera, sound, what about travel? All that sort of stuff still got to go in. So there's quite a bit to go in. So you might end up with a shortfall. And that's the good thing about doing schedules and budgets. You work out exactly where your finances are at. And you need to know that before you go and ask for some money. So that's kind of it. Next week we'll do a proper exercise in class where we'll take your program and your stories, and we'll try and budget that in a group of 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever. Your group can do one budget. And that'll be a lot of fun. And we can use the A to Z for that, or we can use this. So I hope this helps. It sort of shows you how this budget works. I'll put it up somewhere. I'm not sure where I'll put it up. I'll put it up because it's quite large, this file. So I'll bung it up somewhere and I'll send you a link. And I'll also send you the Excel file of this one, but not the A to Z yet, or not the cut down of the A to Z yet. I'll send that, I'll give it that to you after we look at it in class. I hope this helps. I'm a bit tired, and I will sign off now.